What are your views on the legalization of video poker? What are your concerns about it?
Oh, you know, John, this is one of those things where, having been in the legislature for a while, I understand the need for revenue and the times are tough here. But at some point, we need to have some distinct lines and say we aren't going to cross this one. And we've done numerous raids on bars and restaurants that have these machines in them. They're wholly unregulated. There are strong implications that the underworld is involved with it as well. But more importantly, we've gotten involved with it because we've had spouses calling us, talking about how a husband has gone down the street and he has lost the whole paycheck for the month, and he has done it time and time again. These things are unregulated now. They cannot be regulated unless they're going to hire thousands of investigators. And what you're going to have is, instead of having an individual who's going to have to go with some thought to a casino, and I'm not advocating for casinos, but at least there's some type of structure there. These people are going to walk down the street to their local bar, their local restaurant, sit up at the bar and start pumping in the $20 bills until they have no more. And no one's going to oversee it, and we're all going to sit there and wonder why later on that we're having more stress and strife in our neighborhoods and our families. And it is just such a horrible idea. And in these excuses, John, people give me about, well, they're out there anyway, so we might as well make some money off of them. Well, that logic then takes us to, well, we have automatic weapons everywhere, you know, so we should legalize all those. We have child prostitution going on. We should legalize that and make a buck off of it, too. At some point, we got to stop, and this is getting sort of crazy.
But what would you say to the person who says, you mentioned that these are in bars, and we have legalized drinking? And if you and I sat and looked at the statistics on deaths caused by drinking, and I don't mean car wrecks the next afternoon, I mean the hundreds of thousands of people who get cancer, et cetera, that's related back to drinking, but then we're worried about video poker? I mean, where do you of all people in the world, must stay up nights wondering about, well, wait a minute, casinos are legal and horse racing legal, but now I'm going to have to go out and enforce video poker. You must go crazy with the paradox of this stuff.
We can't do it either, John. At the same time, we have our county board that's constantly cutting us, saying we don't need a police department anymore. We're being asked to do more and more. And how, in God's name, we're going to be able to regulate that, it's beyond my abilities to think of how we can't do it. And in the end, there are going to be real people that are going to face the consequences of the fact that they have lost everything. Because there's going to be no one standing over there at the bar who's going to sit there and say, you know what, it's time for you to go home. You've lost $40,000 this month.
They may say you've had too much to drink, but they wouldn't know that you've lost
they won't.
$4,000 or whatever it is.
They won't. I mean, this is such a horrible idea. I'm hoping that the General Assembly will not go all the way through with this one, because what they're going to dump on the communities is going to be horrific in the end to try to make some extra money.